okay, not only is DC Studios canceling projects, this past week,
Mhm.
Marvel saw DC cancel things and said, what if we just go off the back of this and take less flack for it because we're also going to cancel a bunch of projects. So,
Mhm.
Moon Knight,
Yeah, that's like I don't like that because like for like how should I say this? For people who are fans, I know it's not the most correct or better adaptations of the character that they
yeah,
know and love, but it was a good enough adaptation that got people interested in the character, and
yeah,
that interest right now is at an all-time high, including with the video
yep,
game Marvel Rivals, to the point where they even put in the unofficial memes of what
where's
Moon
my
Knight actually
money?
says, yeah, in the game, and that they could course correct and make it a little more on point with the comics in Moon Knight too, because I did like that TV show for what it's
I
worth.
loved it. I
Yeah,
loved
didn't
it.
like some of the action sequences because of the dodgy CG,
Yeah.
but some of the other stuff I loved it, especially with like the Egyptian gods that you got to see
Yep.
that you thought they were just going to be people. No, they're people with animal heads, which I
Right.
liked when it came out.
And like, I get it. The series cost them over $150 million. If they're in the business of now making $50 million seasons or less, so that's why you're getting more Daredevil.
Mhm,
But She-Hulk is obviously going to be canceled. Miss Marvel, that's a question mark. Hawkeye cost 120 million to
mhm.
150. That's probably going to get canceled as well. Like, I mean, it's it's a wake up call to all streaming services because what they thought was, and we just saw Disney's projections. They thought by January of 25 they were going to have 275 million subs or somewhere about
Mhm.
there. They got 153 million. The line isn't going up. It's not going up for Netflix. It's not going up for anybody. There is
Yeah.
like video game consoles. They're
Mm.
like, we can sell 300 million. The best selling consoles of all time, PS2 and Switch, are 160 million. That's the ceiling. PS5 is never going to hit that number. Like
Yeah,
it's just how it is, you
yeah,
know?
it's just weird. It's because of what happened with COVID, thinking that they can match I guess match the consumption to the output, which was very
Yep.
unrealistic, especially if you want to have quality over quantity. Because from
Right.
what we've seen for these past 4 or 5 years, people want quality, not quantity. Because yeah, who wants to watch something that you can see needs some more time and investment into making it the best that it can be versus, oh, I can watch all these She-Hulk episodes within a year after they made them. No, I'd rather them take 2 to 3 extra years to get it right and
Mhm.
have something else as a buffer that costs a little bit less that they can reasonably do that offers almost the same quality as something
Like
like a She-Hulk.
that's the thing. Like I love She-Hulk. People know that about me on this series. I mean, I think it's great. Like I love it. I wish we could get
Mm,
more. But I've been saying on this channel ever since Marvel Studios merged with Marvel Entertainment and shut down all the TV division. It's never going to work, and you need the old TV model. You need the
mm,
12 to 20 episodes a year that you can do it every year, the classic
mm,
model. Each episode's a couple million, like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Cloak and
mm.
Dagger, Runaways. You need that to feed the content. You can't take 3 years between seasons. And Marvel Studios just said everything we renew, it's got to come out on a yearly basis or we're not doing it. It's like, yeah, the TV model the last 70 years told you this. Why did you think you can reinvent the wheel and suddenly go, what if we produce one season every 3 years and it costs us the cost of 6 seasons of a normal show?
Yeah, it's like I know it's a money thing, and I'm thinking that people would consume whether the quality was there or not, and it was a rude awakening to show that no people want quality, and that you're gonna need um I guess a helping of both of a regular TV show model
Mhm.
and one that has the budget of like a small movie
Yeah.
or a mid-sized movie to coexist, so you have something that can or some projects that can go on a turnaround of like 2 to 3 years while
Right.
you work on other things.
That's the thing. Like, Marvel Studios should be putting out 2 to 3 shows a year that are
Mhm,
yearly, like Daredevil and
mhm,
other shows, and then every 2.5 years put out a prestigious mini series that's limited. That's where Moon Knight should be.
mhm,
Every 3 years, we should have a Moon Knight prestigious series that's 150 million dollars that they perfect, and they want that to be the
mhm,
focus, and that bounces off of everything, but they've now gone the completely opposite way. And you look at something like what Disney's done with Star Wars.
mhm.
That's a prime example of what were you guys thinking? The cheapest episodes you're producing are 25 million a pop for Acolyte, and most of the episode that costs 25 million is shot on location on Prague. Why, or Portugal? Why didn't you just shoot it on a volume? You did it with Mando and it worked, like the money mismanagement at Disney needs
Mhm.
to be studied. It really needs to be studied.
Yeah, it's that, and it's like directors and like trying to get what they think is the best option to get the best product. So
Mhm.
if someone says they need to go international to
Right.
to shoot on location, they're gonna fight for that, even if it doesn't really make sense financially. When you can probably do it for half of the budget for what they need,
Yep.
because you gotta not just ship the production crew and the actors. You got to get all the set stuff unless you want to have
Uh-huh.
them build it there. But yeah,
Yeah.
it's just really weird right now. As I would prefer it to have some like regular syndicated TV shows that not necessarily need to have superpowers in it, but you can have a detective show or just something that bridges the gap between
Yeah.
stuff to shows that this is a world, and we're fleshing it out. And you may not see all these superheroes and stuff, but you'll get references, and you'll get
Like,
some looks at what potentially could be happening in other shows.
and you think like Disney would have learned from Agents of Shield. Remember, ABC was like, "Hey, we're ending Agents of Shield with season 5." And Disney stepped in. They were like, "Actually, you're doing like 3 more seasons because that show makes us money and it keeps interest in Marvel." Why haven't we had Jimmy Woo starring in Agents of Atlas? Why
Yeah.
isn't that like Agents of Shield where he's like, "Hey guys, I got to go investigate this paranormal thing over here." Oh, hi, Shang-Chi. Or hi, whoever, that's popped up elsewhere that's not going to break the bank. Or when they're shooting
Yeah.
a film, you bring him in and he's kind of doing like a side project episode. Like
Yeah.
they did that with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. perfectly fine. Like it's truly a wonder how they've lost their way by thinking if we just make $200 million TV series, we're going to pull in $200 million subscribers. It's like, no, no,
Hmm.
it's
I
no.
wonder. I wonder how if they could do a Squirrel Girl like series, because
They could.
technically all they would have to do is worry about the tail, because her
Yeah.
ears are fake, so that they got that like really easy.
And I've
And
seen cam girls, they figured out the tails too. So
yeah,
like you see it online, it's like these cam girls that also do
yeah, yeah,
cosplay. You're like, oh,
I've
moving
seen,
tail, there it
yeah,
is.
I've seen the cosplay of them. They got them pretty good.
Yeah.
And with what they although they can't really do so much on the fantastical side, they could potentially use her to explore the MCU in quotations here, the 616, about what's happening, what's going on, and
Yep.
what can possibly happen into the future,
Yeah.
and use it as a basis for one of the regular shows that potentially they don't have to use a lot of money, so
Hmm.
they have a show to buffer between the major projects.
Yep.
So,
Yeah. I agree. Yeah, they need to figure out their way. Look, when we find out what the future of
mm,
Marvel TV is, probably this year at San Diego and some other, we'll talk about
mm,
it, but it's looking like we know exactly what we're gonna get. You're gonna be
mm.
getting Daredevil like lower budget projects going forward, which isn't bad, but it's
Yeah,
not
it's
to
not, yeah,
everybody's liking.
yeah.
Yeah, so we'll get back to this soon enough. Thank you for checking out that video, and thank you for your continued support. Feel free to like, share, subscribe, do whatever you will. And if you're so inclined and would like some additional content from us, which includes unfiltered content and bonus discussions, we do offer exclusively in our member section. We hope to see you there. So thank you for watching, and have a good one.